Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to do things a little different and talk about a situation that recently occurred. I don't know if you follow social media, if you follow sports very much, but an athlete, football player, PJ Washington recently got a young woman named Brittany Renner pregnant, who's an Instagram model, and one of the things he alleges is that she faked the relationship just to get the child, and had a really deep conversation with a friend of mine recently, and the way that she put it is that essentially we as men are creating behaviors that enable the women such as Brittany Renner to win, right? So as they say, the hoes out here winning, right? For lack of a better term. And so today I'm going to speak about this from the perspective of a man and the things that we should do, and not so much as cast judgment or tell a woman who, if that's her lifestyle, she can do what she wants to. But as a man, we should be able to, or as men, we should be able to assess quality and understand, hey, which women are better than others. So for starters, I'll just jump in by saying, hey, you know what? As men, we need to, and I'll speak for myself for the rest of the video, but have to acknowledge quality when you see it. Now, it's okay to be attracted to a woman because of her aesthetics, but that shouldn't be the path for her doing or being on some bullshit, right? So we've got women who don't do anything, just sitting around, and they make it quite known that this is the life that they're about. And there are men who pine after that or covet that because a lot of other people are into that, or because she showed her ass off. That's fantastic if that's what you're gonna do. But then you have some women that want to hold somebody accountable, and we talk about the difficulty around that. Oh, they want too much, they want this, they want that, because there are standards and accountability. And if they're going to be a more independent and autonomous person, they're not relying on you as the man to foot everything. So they're gonna do what they're gonna have standards and say, hey, I don't need you. If you're not going to present yourself in the way that I desire, then I'm gonna keep it moving. And again, you think about the hardworking women out there who are busting their asses, they get played over for the women who are just scandalous and selling sex, whatever that looks like. And again, I'm not saying that woman who is looking for a man to take care of her, hey, that is fine, do what you do. I'm speaking from the perspective of men, gotta do better. Or I would suggest you do better, because in this situation with PJ Washington, he gets this woman pregnant. Look at her backstory, you know what the deal is. You really can only blame yourself in that case, right? So you have to be smart enough and make decisions and move in a way that's strategic and think of life in series of chess steps in terms of chess, as opposed to just hopping blindly as if it were a game of checkers, right? Depending on how you move, that's going to determine the outcome. And so I think you need to have a little more value about self and ask yourself, is this person going to bring the type of value into my life that I desire, that I feel that I deserve? Because otherwise, don't come back later complaining and saying, oh my God, this is so, terrible. I can't believe this. You kind of played yourself. You knew what it was, but you wanted to look after that. And again, nothing wrong with being with a lady who is attractive. That's cool. You just can't give them the passes. You gotta have some respect for yourself. No matter how bad she is, if there's some bullshit going on, cut that off real quick. Because again, you have women who are trying to do things and they do find some frustration, and the women who are not doing much, but they get all the attention, right? And so as a man, I'm thinking like, damn, it's just crazy how the world we live in is shaped up. Another thing, a friend mentioned, saw it in his Instagram story, is how there's this, oh, I need somebody, right? So a bird is gonna say, and you should just leave birds at the aviary, right? Just leave them at the zoo. A bird would say, well, I'm not gonna deal with this man if he doesn't do X, Y, Z, right? Now, the definition of a bird is they're looking to somebody else to provide things that they themselves can't provide, right? So it's okay to want things in the context of, hey, what can I provide as offsetting value? But if you just want somebody to do for you just because they can and you can't do, then that's a bit crazy. But again, as a man, you're taking these raggedy birds out, you know what it is. So don't act surprised when you get played, or don't act surprised when you get disrespected. You knew what it was. You value the aesthetics over that personality, or lack thereof, a lack of respect that they had for you, right? And then there's a big difference between what can I do, or as a man, or what I won't do, right? Can't or want When it comes to a woman of substance, a woman of quality, that is the case in the situation where you should pull out the stops, do what it is to make her feel special, to show you to enjoy her time. If she's reciprocating that, right? If she's not valuing your time, you need to keep it moving. But it's okay to do nice things for them. Now, if it's the woman who feels like, oh, you need to do X, Y, Z and have this type of salary, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? It was a pleasure to meet you, but I'm gonna keep rolling like a wheel down the road because I don't want that headache. I don't think of my life in terms of, oh, this person looks good now. Looks are gonna fade. What the hell are they bringing to your life long term, right? And this is, again, just more of a wake up call. It's just ridiculous. You just think about literally, like you've got a woman who's super attractive and she shows her body off, which is perfectly fine. Then you got a woman who's super attractive who doesn't show it off, right? Now, if you're a fitness instructor or a trainer, that makes sense. You're showing off your progress, etc. But if that's all you're positioning around and showing, it's like, like really? Like I get it. You look nice, but I would argue that there are a lot of good looking women who, if they showed more skin, they would get more attention. So it's the argument of that, okay, well, what the hell? Even with dating apps, it's like, I've seen, different styles of profiles. A couple of show photos, ass out, backed out, turned around, bikinis, whatever. And there's the, please appreciate me for my mind. I'm not just here for sex. It's like, what the hell? At the end of the day, you shouldn't have to state that. Your actions dictate your value. You know what you're going to tolerate and not. I could tell somebody don't rob me, but if I let a lot of crooks around, what the hell do I look like if I get robbed? So that's really what I'm, just trying to emphasize. Know the people in your circle. Like, know the people you let in your life. Don't just give your energy to anybody. Don't give it to people who are going to disrespect you. Don't give it to people who are going to simply use you. You know what I'm saying? And take that energy that you use going after these raggedy ass people, these raggedy ass birds, invest that into a person who will bring value to your life, right? Because it's just freaking ridiculous how you see these things pan out. Nice woman gets played to the left. Bird gets, she got her come up. She did what she needed to do. I just feel like that should be toxic waste. You should avoid those situations. So in that case, as a man, he screwed up. He could talk about what was faked, but you have to be smarter than that. And that's why I'm speaking from the perspective of a man, because men, we have gotta elevate the game, have more standards about ourselves. Don't just give these women a pass, because they're cute. What does that even matter, right? It's the same thing I mentioned the other day, which is where you have guy gets rejected in the club. He comes out with pulls up in a luxury car, and this woman who gave him the ew, he proceeds to give her time, and not just time and taking on the brunch, buying very expensive bags, right? Where that is ridiculous, and no place in life should that happen, but apparently it does. So the way that I'm trying to move in 2021 and project my energy going forward is, I am trying to only associate with the type of people who will bring value to my life, and particularly when it comes to women. Appreciate those friendships that are really fantastic and grow, and give the energy only for those people who, this is a solid person. Just because a woman is attractive and she says what's up, you don't have to talk to her. If you figure out this is just because you get a number and you hit her up and she's kind of like shifty and she's not reciprocating, not direct, just let it go. Value yourself. Leave these birds alone. Just be smart. Try not to think with think with this head, just once in a while. And you'll see that your life is so much better and opens up so many more opportunities and possibilities. But again, I know I've sounded really passionate about this, but this is just frustrating. If you're working hard to get to where you are in life, find somebody who is going to work as hard with you. It doesn't have to be career-wise, but somebody who has substance, right? And I'm not gonna go into what substance or that difference. No, you know them when you see them. It's just, that's the way it is. You just know birds when you see them. Leave their asses alone. Leave them at home, in the cage, whatever that may be. You see them, keep it moving. Don't entertain that, right? Because in the same way that if you weren't in a certain space, they wouldn't fool with you. So when you elevate yourself to a different space, mentally first, right? And then you elevate who you associate with in your circle, then there's natural growth. And when you elevate and move in circles of people who are of substance and who have, self-worth, then you have minimized the chances of you running into the birds. Again, you're not gonna see a bird hanging out with a lot of well-to-do women who are intellectual, smart. They are looking to contribute. You're gonna find those in the section of, well, what can I do to come up with this person? Let me get a kid for the check, or whatever that looks like. So those are just my thoughts today. Leave these damn birds at home. Do better. Just do better. And if some woman is upset about this, about, oh, he's being shallow, or oh, that's wrong, I frankly don't give a damn. I mean, this is my opinion. This is what it is. I've moved in such a way that I have not appreciated my worth and value, but I'm learning to ratchet that up over time and to improve myself, both internally first and on the outward side as well. So as I continue to grow, I'm only wanting people who are willing to grow with me, or people who are gonna push me to grow. If people don't like that, hey, I don't have to be friends with everybody, because we use that term too darn loosely, right? Oh, it's a friend. Like, no. A friend is somebody who's going to equally contribute into you as much as you do to them. And also, if you don't contribute into them, then you're not really a friend. You're more like somebody who's consuming from them and not providing that value back. So again, those are just my thoughts. If you like the video, go ahead, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. Any thoughts about future ideas for videos, go ahead and put those in the comments below. But again, I do appreciate your time today. As you can see, I'm really passionate about this. I really want people to do better. And I'm only speaking from the male's perspective because I'm a man. I'm not going to project out and tell a group of women what they should do, right? So whatever behavior they want to exhibit, that's fine. But as men, we need to pick and choose what types of behaviors that we want to bring into our life. And that's where becoming really discerning and exercising judgment comes into play. So you all take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.